Hello, hello. It's Saturday, the 8th of February, and what a delightful day it's been. Like I said yesterday evening, it's Kathleen's birthday today, and day 39 of my journey to alignment. As you can see on my to-do list here today, it wasn't that long. There's that big yellow one. It wasn't that big, but I was able to get quite a few things done. The main thing here is said, make Kathleen's birthday be about her and what she wants to do. Win the morning, win the day routine with her, breakfast, yoga, swimming, sauna, quiet time. She wants to focus and watch some videos and do a little reading on her Bright Line Eating today, and so I'll kind of back off and let her. She wanted to take a nap. She wanted to go get some sunshine. It was so beautiful outside, just to get out and have some quiet time. We went to a movie after she got back home, and then came home and finished our night right. So, see this? Bam! Done! I did have a little time to do several of my small tasks I had on my list of to-dos while Kathleen went to the rec center and then took a nap. And so that worked out great. But my power statement said, I will focus on serving and loving and being present for my wife Kathleen as we celebrate her 62nd birthday together. Whew, man. And the other small items I got done in the cracks were a bonus for me. So, way to go, Marty. It's now time to answer Croy's Get Honest with Yourself questions. But before I answer them, I want to read a few thoughts I wrote down from reading The Plus Factor today while Kathleen was at the rec center. It starts this way. I just can't do it. How does the word C-A-N-T make you feel? If you remove the T, it says can. I can. So let that be a lesson to you and never forget it. You can if you think you can. You are greater than you think you are. You are greater than you think you are. Wow. After reading this chapter, I decided to write out what I want to become. I want to become the kind of coach whose overall goal is to help beginner entrepreneurs come to believe that it's not only possible for them to launch a successful business, but to believe enough in themselves that they can do it, that they can do it, that they can do great, exciting things with the remainder of their lives, even become a successful business owner with the you can if you think you can business owner mentality. You can do it. They may think of everybody else doing it and what they hear stories and watch TV and all kind of thing, all the other people doing it. But the idea of thinking you can do it, I want to help and be a strong cheerleader in that regard to help them get over that hump and come to believe that it's not only possible, but they can do it. I say and believe I can become this kind of coach because I know that built into every one of us is what I call the vibrational mind. That's connected to the incomprehensible it out there in the universe, or what Mr. Pill calls the plus factor. This achievement drive, this motivation quotient, this power and energy can lift us out of the ordinary and help us rise above mediocrity. That's so powerful. Our mental mapping, our thinking, our thought attitudes, which are the neural paths that have been carved deep by habitual thought patterns, the negative or positive mentality patterns, has been made because of our repeated human nature, subconscious, what do you want to do, to making it go out and get the evidence and proving it of negativity or positively, depending on what we've said. In other words, we thought these attitudes in existence. So how's your attitude? Well, an attitude is that neural path mapping that's set up over a period of time. That being a fact, it is also a fact that these thought patterns, this mental mapping, is something we can take control of if we want to. There's the catch. If we want to take control. In fact, we must control these repeating thoughts if we're ever going to acquire a business owner mentality and mindset, that mindset of success. It's believing in your possibilities and disbelieving in your doubts. Believing in your possibilities and disbelieving in your doubts. We all have doubts, just don't believe them. For example, if you wake up in the morning one day and say, oh man, I don't feel good. Whew, I'm tired. I don't feel like I want to go to work today. I want you to know that those statements that you say to yourself that slows you down, all that process, they're not true. What? You say what? Of course they are. They're not true. They are not circumstantial facts. You are simply thinking they're facts. These feelings are being generated by your thoughts, your tired thoughts. I don't want to go to work thoughts. They're negative thoughts, which you're in control of. You can choose to feel differently. That's the interesting truth. We can choose to feel differently. circumstance effect. Thoughts create feelings and emotions. Those feelings and emotions create action, and that action creates a result. That, I think, is a powerful principle. Negative thinking blocks the flow of the the plus factor, resulting in the subconscious mind and the vibrational mind, my two amigos, going out and finding evidence and support material to support those negative thoughts. And if you think of that, there's plenty of stuff out there to bring in and see, it's true. And that's because of the deeply grooved mental mapping of negativity that we or you have created over the years. But you can replace those grooves, those mental attitudes, with positive neural mapping thoughts, brand new positive thinking. You can change it. The billionth of a volt is a decision. There is a law that I have talked about in earlier videos. It's called the law of attraction and manifestation. Like attracts like. Thoughts of kind attract similar thoughts of the same kind. Positive attracts positive, only it creates a spiral. Negative attracts negative, but it creates a spiral downward. If we habitually send out negative, defeating, doubtful thoughts into our business world around us, we tend to draw back to ourselves negative, doubt-promoting, negative results. You're right, you can't do it. What are you thinking? Of course you can't do it. You got to have money and time to do it. You don't have that. And you know, you failed most of everything. All that negative stuff coming, that your self-doubt, self-talk. Thoughts spoken set forces in action. Listen to that. Thoughts spoken set in motion, set forces into action, which inevitably produce outcomes precisely as conceived, anticipated, and affirmed by your words in our mental mapping. Mental mapping. Bad conditions, negative circumstances, bad breaks are the natural and inevitable result of the nature and projection of negative mental or thought attitudes. So make sure your attitude becomes positive. You can choose to do that. But the good news is you can change and become a positive thinker with the power of the plus factor flowing into your personality and into your business and into your potential relationships. There's a story Mr. Peel shares about when he went to Japan and came across a tattoo parlor. It was kind of all these pictures and words and beautiful colors and all that kind of thing. So he went in and saw a tattoo that said, listen to this, "Born to Lose." He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe that someone would put that negative label on themselves. And so he went in and asked the parlor owner, are there really people who actually put that tattoo on themselves? And the owner said, before tattoo on body, tattoo on mind. Oh, man. So my takeaway from reading about this mental mapping, our choices regarding it, is to tell myself, Marty, always go to bed a winner. Tell yourself, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner. Repeat it 3 times. The last thing you go to bed. Your affirmations for sure, but that one, I'm a winner, so it can sink deep. And all through the night, your 2 amigos are out gathering information to support it. And it's out there, I promise you. That's a good lead into answering Croy's end of the day success questions. What didn't go well today? Or what could you have done better today, Marty? Did you wake up early and start strong? Did you start your morning with power? Start the day with strength and power of the win the morning, win the day routine. Next, were you productive throughout the day? Did you get the most important things done? I sure did. It was my wife, so she could go to bed knowing I love her, and I'm happy to marry her, and I hope she had a happy birthday. I love you, Kathleen. Did you get the most important things done? I sure did. Did you move forward towards your goals and not backward? Absolutely. Did you show up as the person you wanted to be? For the most part, all day long, I did. I hope she felt I showed up for her to be positive and supportive and excited to be with her. What about your personal time with her? It was a fantastic day. Were you present, or was your mind always thinking about something else? Were you present and loving the whole time you were with her? I believe I was. I'm sure she'd support that and confirm that. What was the one thing out of all the things you did today that you know you could improve on, Marty? In other words, was there any failure you had today and possibly that you can turn into a tool of success? In thinking about this and how my day went today, I have to admit that I failed to do a few of the smaller things I didn't even think to do for Kathleen, that I know would have made her feel even more loved and happy. For example, even though she got the gift she wanted, which was a beautiful, lovely purse, that's a purse sacklunch, lots of stuff out here in place for them. There's a whole section that's lined perfectly for waterproof on all that, and especially insulated so it keeps cold or hot. She loved it. I should have taken that time to really stop and think of some smaller ways to show that I loved her. Thinking ahead again, writing up little handwritten notes and placing one in her lunchbox as she opened it up. One in her book that she reads every morning I could use as a bookmark, and one in her makeup tray that she puts on and does goes to the body and paint shop and turns beautiful. She doesn't spend much time there because she's beautiful. So that when she opens each one of these things that she goes through her morning routine, she would have received my messages that I love her. I'm happy to be with her. I hope she has a happy day. Another one would have been to ask her what fruit she would like in her homemade yogurt. I would just go right to the refrigerator, get that jar. She has several yogurts she made from one big instant pot cooking of yogurt, and she fills them up, and then she puts fruit in all through the mornings throughout the week. Well, there's a couple, 3 left for this week. I could have said, do you want berries or strawberries or bananas? What fruit do you want? I'll bring it to you. I didn't even think to do that. I just assumed because she's so strong into a bright line eating that she'd want to just do it herself. She is quite focused on what she can and can't eat in the morning, and so all day long she's thinking about that, and so I left it to her to do, but I knew she would have eaten it if I had just asked her as she was sitting there reading, what fruit would you like in your yogurt this morning, honey? And then just serve it up and bring it over to her. Little gestures like that provide big deposits into our emotional bank accounts, and so I can do better at that. Little gestures added up become great deposits. So I suppose the tool of success I can deploy in the future is to memorize the fact that pennies add up to big bank balances over time. And so doing little random acts of kindness add up to a huge emotional bank account that overflows. That's a memorization I got to get back in my mind so that it comes automatically when I'm given these opportunities. The next question is, what was my biggest success today? My biggest success today was making today be about Kathleen and not about me. It wasn't about what I wanted to get done today only. It was about what she wanted to get done and what she wanted to experience today. It was her day. And so the result was that we spent a lot of time together today, and it was wonderful. Next, what movies did you watch in your mind today, Marty? Did you make time for them? Well, this morning's movie once again was my why movie, except it turned it off all of a sudden, and images of how the day was going to go and play out started. In putting that movie on the screen of my mind, my 2 amigos wanted to help me realize that I had some work to do if Kathleen was to know that I was thinking about her and only her and wanted to make her birthday special. So that pre-playing went on. It was great. The next question is, what's the one thing you did that made you feel successful? The one thing that made me feel successful today was the fact that Kathleen really enjoyed her day, and so she expressed it. And then this evening, we went to a movie together. We decided to go to a movie that was earlier in the evening so we could still have some time at night. And she loved the movie. She loved me getting her dinner, something that she really liked and that she could eat, that I had to be mindful of that. She really enjoyed the movie we watched, and then we came home and relaxed together for about an hour and a half. She liked doing the end of the day success routine and practicing her harp a little, and then we went to bed. All in all, it was a great, happy birthday for Kathleen and for me. Next, what rate did you give today, Marty? Well, I gave it a 7. But that was because I felt that I could have done better if I had made up and left her those love notes that I mentioned and prepared that breakfast. There is more thoughtfulness that I could have shown, and so I'm going to do it in the future. And I'm creating that tool of success of memorizing things and saying it over and over so that it pops up in my mind when I'm faced with that opportunity. The next question is if this was the only thing you get done tomorrow, but you'd still feel like a success, what would that one thing be? And once you got in your mind, put it into a power statement for tomorrow. So my power statement for tomorrow says, I'll relax and enjoy the program I prepared for the folks at Avalon Care Center, and then come home and enjoy a restful day with Kathleen. I say this because I'm overseeing a program I've been working on for quite some time and planning for several weeks out until tomorrow, and it's coming tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm just going to focus on that tomorrow. Okay, let's end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for Kathleen, who I've been married to for 44 years and counting. I'm grateful that we have and can continue to have and learn from each other. I'm grateful that today was fun. It was peaceful and a bit of a break from the chaos that I normally have every day during the week. It was a nice break. Today is now in the history books. And so until tomorrow night, I wish everyone continued success. Good night.